number one thing, though. Brad Hughes does have a big arm, so I think you're going to look for maybe a Teddy Minisal long pass.
Well, the Rams are going to kick it out of bounds again, and it's going to take no time off the clock. And so it should give them at least 2 plays.
You know, that's a good point. If they do that, it would give them 2 plays from the 40, which is very reasonable for the Titans to score. Ball falls, a little slight wind coming in from the northeast at 12 miles an hour. And
there is the kick. And as expected, out of bounds. So throw your dollar in the bucket and pick your receiver. Who do you think this pass is going to?
Well, here's the thing. I would line up my 2 best receivers on each side of the ball, but I want to see what side their tallest defensive back is on, which, you know, it depends who they have out there. Like Josh Mason is very tall, whereas James Mazzaro is not as tall. So I'm looking at Josh on the right side of the defense, James on the left side. So that would go into my play calling right here.
Well, you do have a timeout, so you have the whole field to work with. So like you said before, they got Teddy over the middle, and I would expect the first play to go there. And then they have number 5, Bobby Gregware on the outside, and Eric Sequin on the far side, who caught the first touchdown pass. And they are, the ball is up, and it is intercepted, well underthrown, intercepted by Josh Mason. Bodies are flying everywhere.
That's a shame because Teddy was open.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Let's take a replay on that one.
And the replay won't even show the receivers, but it's going to show how much time he has at first. He gets away with a flag shield.
Well, that's tough, though. I don't know if Brad had the ability to step into that throw because the defensive rusher was right there.
Yeah.
And Teddy was open, which is a shocker.
And so was Eric Sequin on the far sideline for the short pass.
True.
So the Rams will take over with 2.5 seconds remaining in the first half. And
so everybody get your ice and cups ready and a nice halftime. Everybody relax and watch the show. You won't be able to see it at home because they go to a black screen, I believe.
Yeah, it's number 21, James Mazzaro.
Yeah, he's down right now. We'll get an injury update from Rocco on that.
That would require him to walk
texting.
Across the field, though, yeah.
So
right now he's winning a game of pocket pool against himself.
Yes, and he's also gluten-free down there as well.
Well, they're lining up like they're going to run something here, and we'll see if it's a rollout. I mean, Titans are in a prevent defense. They got 3 D-backs down by the 15, 20-yard line. Yeah, and there was the hook and ladder, but it did not work out as Josh Mason drops the pass.
That's the end of the first half. We have a score of Rugged Rams 23, Titans 6.
And, you know, that's a disappointing first half as far as a competitive aspect goes. You know, the Titans just did not come out there and make the plays necessary, though they did have a touchdown that was called back. You know, this game would be different right now, but
it'd be a great interview with the official that had the inadvertent whistle.
It certainly is a big difference.
Rocco, do something!
Just go to halftime. Tell me to go to halftime.
And we don't really care what the Rams have to say. It's a 23-6 shellacking, so we're going to – oh, we have the quarterback here.
I'm standing here with Gary Morin, the quarterback of the Rams. Gary, you guys started off hot, then you threw the interception. Now you guys have put it on them. 23-6. Isn't this the score the first time you played them?
No, the first time was 27-3.
Okay, my apologies. Yeah. What do you guys have to do to not get complacent to close this thing out?
Oh, we're not going to get complacent. We have too much fun scoring. Trust me, we're not going to relax. It doesn't take much to not get complacent.
Thinking ahead, are you guys looking forward to the A division, or is that going to be a big adjustment?
Are we going to these? Yeah, taking fall off, are you? Yeah, we're going to the A's. We can't wait.
Congratulations, and hopefully you guys close it out.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Well, as Rocco alluded to there, if the Rugged Rams do hold on and win this game, they will be forced up due to our rules to the A division. And if you look at that roster and you look at the game prior, they do not look built for the A division at all. But as teams always go up, they make some adds, they do some drops, and they have the skill players to be competitive. But at this point, we are going to take it to halftime with the Rugged Rams leading 23-6.
This half will start when we're ready.
The second half is about to start. The Rams are up 23-6 on the Titans. The Titans get the ball first, so they're looking to make a statement to make this game a little bit closer. Good luck to both teams.
All right, the Rugged Rams kick off, and again, don't get it out of bounds. Number 20, Isaiah Mangold, brings the ball back up to just past the 40.
Return for about 16 yards.
So keeping the ball in play doesn't hurt the Rams there. You give up about a yard in field position.
Going to be first down to the 20.
So first down Titans at the 39-yard line of the Rugged Rams. And Brad Hughes has to make something happen this half. Gets the handoff to number 20, Isaiah.
That's a 3-yard run. Making it second down to the 20.
And that is a 3-yard gain. It is now 2nd and 16 for the first to the 20.
Thanks, Mike.
Brad Hughes calling out the mic, switches the running back Isaiah to his right side, and snap is away, picks up the protection, pass completed to number 5, Bobby Gregoire.
Jazzy, I'm still impressed, though, that at least they have a game plan for the second half. 41 Sports Bar is certainly not giving up. They've been this type of team all year. They do stick together. They tend not to yell at each other like a lot of other teams that implode. So don't be surprised if they make a game of this. Not that they win, but make a game of it.
Well, in order to make a game of it, they're definitely going to have to score each time they touch the ball this half.
Our producer is shaking his head, but obviously with who he's married to, we know he makes mistakes.
So that will bring up third down to the 20. And the run again, number 20, Isaiah. Nice stiff arm. And he gets into the end zone.
Oh, no, he does not.
Oh, no, he does not?
No.
His flags are on. What was the call? Out of bounds?
Out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
The official that lives on a farm made a call at the 5-yard line.
All right, so Farmer Trace calls him down at the 5. It is first and goal at the 5-yard line.
That's too bad. There's the replay.
Oh, yeah,
and
well
it's a
out of
good
bounds.
call.
My bad.
No question. And, it was smart on Josh Mason's part because he not only went for the flag, but he rode him out of bounds just in case he misses the flag.
Well, you keep those hands by the hips, and that makes it tough to call it a push out.
Right.
And so good defensive play.
Well, he doesn't have childbirthing hips, so it's difficult to keep the flags on.
Also true. So now you have first and goal, Titans at the 5-yard line. And it will be interesting to see. Is there going to be another handoff? Are they going to ride Isaiah all the way in? Or are they going to take the glory for himself and make a completed pass to one of his outside guys? And that's a sack. Number 39, I'm being told, Andy Zapp.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in. To be honest with you, 41 Sports Bar is a much better team in open space And down here, the rugged Ram defense can kind of pack it in, so I don't think this is advantageous to the Titan offense.
Well, here we go. Second down. Titans taking time that they do not have in the huddle right now. I guess it is an important play, but, you know, you're down 3 scores. So we have shotgun. We have slot receiver in motion, Teddy Minnesota, running back off to the right. And Brad
This is
takes
what
too
I'm
much
talking
time,
about.
but, you know, he's got no old line out there. Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
Another 5-yard sack by the Rams defense.
So this is what you were talking about. You were talking about the D-line.
Third and goal.
Yeah, I mean,
About
it's just, it's a
16
bad
yards.
spot for them, and that's why at this point you got a couple options, in my opinion. One, you have a controlled rollout for Brad so he can get away from that rush. Or two, you have a max protection and just zero in on 1 or 2 receivers, meaning maybe Teddy Minnesota and one of their other top guys.
And it almost feels like they've been trying to do that, but when you have number 20 out there as your blocking back, I mean, sure, you need him out there as a running threat. But, I mean, they get him all the way down to the goal line, and they don't hand him the ball again. Doesn't make sense to me.
I agree. And I'm going to tell you, on 4th down, I kicked the field goal, and I'm only down by 14.
Yeah. And there's the pass over the middle to Teddy Minnesota, and it is incomplete. Ball
Here's
was
the problem.
underthrown.
Sorry, Jazz.
Yeah.
The problem is
It's an incomplete.
Teddy can get open. Brad does not have enough time.
Fourth down.
He's throwing off his back foot, so he can't even lob it up to Teddy.
Right.
And it's a shame because that's another touchdown. So think about it. We had an inadvertent whistle that took a touchdown away.
Fourth and goal.
We had the other play in the first half where Teddy was open, but it was underthrown. Same thing happens again. And but for the grace of God, they could have had a touchdown.
Yeah. And now you got 4th down, and you're at, 16-yard line? And you're on 1st and 5.
We're blessed to have Mrs. and Mr. Sits up here.
Oh. Future Mrs. Sits, barring any setbacks in the next month. So we have 4th and goal. Brad calls out some plays to his receiver. Again, no time. It's not even close. They're not even getting a hand on him. It's embarrassing. But the throw is up, and the pass
Okay,
is caught by one of the key players to watch.
We're going to see a
Number
replay
5,
on that
Bobby
one, Jazz.
Gregware.
Let me tell you something. Brad Hughes kept him in the game here.
Yeah, he did.
He's covered, but he drops a dime. I
That's
mean
a
a
great
dime.
ball.
The defensive back is even clapping there, you can see. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, look, I had great coverage. This kid drops it over my head before the sideline, 2 feet in. Now it's 23-12. What do you do?
Oh, well, you kick an extra point.
Titans will be kicking for one.
It's rhetorical.
You kick an extra point, and this time you got to make it. It's not just about kicking it anymore.
I mean,
you
I
gotta make
thought,
these.
oh, I'm sorry, Jazzy. I thought that the chances of 41 winning was the same chance of Jimmy showing up to his wedding.
Well, it is a pretty long vacation before the actual wedding ceremony, correct?
Rams 23.
So he might show up in the state, but on that day, who knows what'll happen on that beach.
You better find out. I can't play it if it has that. Better not be making that shit. It better not be about my girlfriend. And with that, I don't know. I'll ask you. I think it's not that new song by Jay-Z about slaves. Thank God. All right, so now you're 23-13. You're down by 10.
Yeah, you did what you had to do. You went out there and you got a touchdown on your first drive.
And right now, my MVP, if they won the game, would be Brad Hughes.
Well, before we even get to that point, we're gonna have to see. They're gonna have to get there. What else? It's gonna take 2 more scoring plays to get there, so we'll see what he does.
Well, it's an interesting concept on a return where the wedge is set up one way and you run the opposite.
About a 20-yard return.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a concept or if that's just not following your blockers. But, Josh Mason there on the return is an athlete. He trusts his athleticism. And sometimes you want to make a guy miss in space rather than try and run through some blockers and make something happen. So now
Sorry, folks, I'm back. I'm having trouble with the staff.
The Rugged Rams take over at their own 26-yard line after the return. And Gary Morin's out there ready to make some things happen. He's in the shotgun, spread formation, runs left again. Hits Josh Mason on the comeback route with a stiff arm to Zach Church.
It's unstoppable.
He
Zach,
grabs the
yeah,
ball.
I'm sorry, Jazz. Zach Church is an excellent DB, but if Josh Mason drives you off and comes back to the ball, unstoppable.
12.5-yard catch.
I believe Rocco would also say that he is a DB.
Second down to the 40.
Just keep hearing a child's voice over the PA system. This next timeout is brought to you by the Border Patrol.
Second down, 2 yards to go for the first. There's the completion to number 8, Vinny Nicosia, who had the 2 early touchdowns for the Rugged Rams.
They're screaming it up on the fan sideline and the player sideline, saying no way. I don't know if they're from New York or not, but where has an H in it. But I like the spirit. And it looks like, is that puck directly on the 40?
It is. It is a first down. So now first to the 20. We are right at midfield. With 20 minutes remaining in the game, plenty of time, but you do need stops. Quarterback takes the shotgun snap and runs to his left for a positive gain of about 6 yards.
It's a 6-yard run.
And that'll bring up 2nd and 13.
It's going to be second down to the 20.
All right, so we have a second down. Scoreboard says third, so we're not. What do we got, Jazzy?
We have second down.
Second down. Okay.
Yeah,
Still
second-
says third, though, the scoreboard.
Yeah. 2nd and 14 yards to get to the 20.
Yeah. It's our 14th mistake as well. So, well, at least we're working on replacements for next season.
We have a defense chant coming from the Titans sideline. Gary takes the snap and completes the pass to number 22, Marcus Stanford.
Jazzy, I want to show you something on this. Please look at this replay and take a look at the defensive line. Nobody rushed.
No pressure.
It's a 9-yard reception.
Not one guy rushed the quarterback.
Yeah, it's not even that it's not pressure. It's just no attempt.
No attempt. This is what I'm talking about. And you want to come out here and talk about their defensive line.
Me? I don't.
Somebody else on the mic?
I didn't say anything about the defensive line. I said the fans trying to get the defense riled up.
I mean, you're not going to make it in this business just because of your hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
It's nice, but that's not what you can just rely on.
That's what most broadcasters do in real life. Now look at Boomer's side, and that's a great head of hair. Snap to the quarterback, Gary Moore, and looks long to Josh Mason's sideline. Overthrown. Uncatchable ball, so
I hope they're calling it
Trace is waving that
uncatchable
off.
because it's clearly a
Yeah.
penalty. It's 100%, and I'm being objective. I know I'm an official as well,
yes.
but I'm being objective. That's a penalty unless they're saying it's uncatchable.
Yeah, and it was clear. It was clearly
Okay.
uncatchable.
If that's the case, then that's fine. But the defensive back, Church, has done a remarkable job on Mason, and he had great position, and clearly Mason was trying to run him
Fourth
over.
down to the 20. They are going.
Here we go. 4th and 6 to get to the 20-yard line.
You see Church is on Mason again by himself. Timeout.
And this is the play. This is the comeback route. They run out to his side every time, and they hit him on that little comeback. And we'll see if that happens again.
We want to thank Mike for putting all the money in for the Bacardi. Just want to go out that, timeout was brought to you by Bacardi Oak, a fine oak tasting blend that really works well in a plastic Five Guys cup. Anyway, we have a critical situation here. I've only used that term critical 9,000 times.
And it's only critical for the Titans. If the Rams don't get a first down here, they're not really in any sort of trouble. They ate 6-7 minutes off the clock. They're up by 2 scores. And they're giving the Titans back the ball on their own side. So we'll see. Again, the Titans D-line, no pressure. A secondary rush comes, and it's just in time. Number 22, Andrew Morse giving chase, and number 53, I believe it was, Kyle Morse gets the sack.
53.
Well, it gets the flag. It doesn't get the sack. It was a positive run for 3 yards, but that was not enough for the first. So that's a big-time play for that D-line after we've been calling them out all game.
Absolutely. Both Morse kids, but what a devastating play that was to the Rams offense. But the Titans needed it, as you said, more importantly than the Rams. This could be a momentum change.
Well, we'll see. The offense still has to score. And here's your MVP candidate right here, Brad Hughes. Let's see if he can make something happen.
Keeping a running back
As you can see the replay there, that's a great diving flag by number 53, Kyle Morse. So Brad Hughes takes the snap, quick release to Ted Minnesota, and he runs right up the field. Attempts to stiff arm, but you can't stiff arm all 3 defenders at once, and the flag's grabbed by number 6, Josh Mason.
Both teams are doing a good job of running a receiver in front of the actual receiver that's going to catch the ball. And now they're in a no-huddle offense, and per rule, they can't substitute either.
Yeah, and we'll see if that proves critical or not. Oh, just an awful snap.
That is what you call a drive killer. Yeah, it bounced off the ground.
The quarterback is saying it bounced off his foot.
No, it clearly, we'll get a replay of that. You'll clearly see that it hit the ground and then maybe his foot. I'm kind of surprised that.
Dead on the spot. It's going to be 3rd down to the 40.
There we go. Here's the replay. And,
Yeah.
it definitely hits the ground, and he kicks it up to himself. The ball clearly hits the ground. It would be stupid to challenge in that spot. What happens? You get a replay of it down, right? That's all.
I know, but I'll tell you, he has a case.
I completely disagree, Colin. So we have 3rd down here, 3rd to the 40. There's a good snap. Brad Hughes with little to no time makes a great throw again to number 5, Bobby
We'll take a
Gregware.
replay on that. The throw, the route, and the flag grab was all spectacular.
Absolutely.
Watch this.
The only thing that wasn't great was the time. Look at that. They got 4 guys in there. Quarterback still gets hit and
This
makes
is
a
what I'm
great
talking
throw.
about. Look at Brad Hughes and the way he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
He had no time. He's throwing, jumping off 1 foot.
And now he's hitting everybody, too. Early it was Sequin, and it's been Teddy all day, but that's 2 big plays. And there's a completion to Ted Minnesota. We're going to throw it down to Rocco Tobin for an update on the SOS game.
So I just received word from Long Island. SOS was up by 11 with 3 minutes to go in the Long Island B Division Championship. They punted the ball. The other team returned the punt for a touchdown. They went 3 and out. The other team got the ball back, scored quick, and SOS lost in the championship.
Wow.
The quarterback they picked up
lost in the championship after being up by 11 points with 3 minutes to go.
And now back to the Super Bowl.
They can hear into the TV land on that, too.
All right, so now we have 2nd down. Shotgun snap, quarterback Brad Hughes rolls out to his right. There's no one to throw to. And flag is grabbed right at the 10-yard line.
So we've got a lot of things going on here, Jazzy, but that is a remarkable loss. Is there any way we can find out from Rocco if the Suffolk County Police were called in after the game?
Is there a police report, Rocco?
More importantly, Rocco, is there any way, we don't need you to do a report on it, can you find out, or if you had a visual, did that ball that they claim was a bad snap hit the foot of Brad Hughes and bounce up to him cleanly? Just your opinion would be fine unless you have somebody that saw it.
My opinion was that, yes, it hit the ground and he kicked it up with his foot, but I am not 100% sure like you guys stated.
All right, so we'll give the officials credit for that call.
It was a good call. It was a great call, especially seeing how close it was on replay. Shotgun snap, ball's thrown up to Teddy Minnesota and is
It's incomplete. That's what you call your back shoulder variety pass.
and knocked away by Vinny Nicosia.
But Vinny had ridiculous coverage on that, so even Teddy could not try to stop and come back to it because his body was outside of the body of Vinny, who used that technique perfectly.
And by the way, I'd like to give a special shout out to Vinny's family. I apologize for pronouncing your last name incorrectly this entire game, but there is no pronunciations on this brochure. Nicosia, 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 Nicosia. And here's a field goal attempt. And it is good this time, so that's a big kick.
No. Is it?
Score is now 23-16.
Oh, I can give it to you today. I got
Good.
it.
Making the score, Rams 23, Titans 16.
Craig Loff got his boot straight on that time.
Yeah, well, that was a critical time for him because, you know, now you got a 7-point game. You made it a 2-score game down to a 1-score game, and the momentum is clearly on their side. So we'll see how the Rams respond. There's a lot of activity up in this booth. It's very distracting.
Well, you know, everybody wants to work, but no one wants to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We're trying to find a replacement for the scoreboard operator.
He just won a hand of World Series poker on his phone, so that's exciting. Ball falls off the tee. Brad Loff will place it back on there. As Frank alluded to earlier, we do have strong 12-mile-per-hour winds. And here comes the kick. And it is fielded by Josh Mason at about the 15-yard line. And he cuts up field, and flag is pulled at the 34-yard line. Titans are fired up, as they should be.
First down to the 40.
PA announcer's getting tuned up. No, you're going to get tuned up.
The Rams have scored the Titans have scored 10 unanswered points in the second half. And they'll be looking for another stop here. Only 10.5 minutes to go. When you dig yourself such a big hole, that's what makes it difficult. You can completely outplay a team and still be down by a touchdown. And there's Josh Mason again. Another completion, this time over the middle. First down.
So we have
That's a 25-yard reception. It's going to be first thing.
we have 3 different official crews for the Super Bowls, and the C Division will have the worst of the 3, but we think they're still pretty good.
All right, snaps away to Gary Morin. And he scrambles up the middle, a couple missed flags, and then eventually number 53, Kyle Morris, with the tackle.
See, the key with the C Division, Jazzy, is that you have to have an official that can say the Mississippi correctly.
Yeah.
They have one that says Mississip. One Mississip, 2 Mississip. Really, it's 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss. But our guy, the guy,
Say one Mississip.
it's probably because when you have so much cigar in your mouth and you try to pronounce that, it's difficult.
It's difficult. One Mississip, 2 Mississip.
Yeah, that's the inappropriate way to say it.
Well, it's second down, second and goal from the 15. And ball is thrown